Hey everybody, it's Samantha from Samantha's Design. I'm here with my February design team project for Craftyhazelnut's pattern paper challenge for February. I am starting out with a paper pad by Recollections called Corner Office, and then my April 2021 Spellbinders dies and stamp set from that card club kit. Now I am starting out with some of my die cutting. I've got a piece of the pattern paper and some white cardstock. This is just 65 pound Recollections, and I have an oval die and then like a scalloped oval die that I'm going to cut out of these two, and that's going to be my sentiment for this month's sketch. And one of the things I was noticing is that with pattern paper, you don't have to leave it as is. I don't do as much with my pattern paper. But pattern paper can be altered just like cardstock. You can paint it, you could add stamping, you could do all kinds of things, and I don't do that very often, but I am going to do that today with this card. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you will stick around and watch some more videos. I do YouTube videos on card making because that is my love, and some other paper crafts, sometimes just other crafts in general. Now I'm going to take that pattern paper and do what I alter it like I said. I'm going to put it in this lovely little Sizzix dry embossing folder to give it a little bit more texture. I have some stickers I have got from Dollar Tree that have this kind of look to them, and I really like them, and I'm pretty much out of the birthday ones. So I wanted to try this out and see how I liked it, and I really, really do like it. So I cut out 3 of the white, and I'm going to stack these up. I'm going to use my Elmer's Crap-On glue, and I'm just going to layer these on top of each other, and because it just gives it a little bit more dimension, a little bit more interest on the card, and I really, really like that look. Also, just want to let you know while I'm waiting for this glue to come to where I can use it. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, like I said, I hope you stick around and watch some other videos. Please give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe, leave me some comments. I love it. I really want my YouTube channel to kind of grow. I'm doing really well over on TikTok, and my Instagram is starting to grow again slowly, which is great. But I would love to have more people here and interact with you here as well. So anyway, I hope you'll think about doing that. So I'm going to use my reverse tweezers to kind of hold these in place while this dries, and then set that aside. I'm picking out another pattern paper from the collection. I really like this floral. This is something I've seen a lot recently, where people are doing leaf type things in blues and colors instead of greens, and I really like that. I think it's so pretty. I'm going to cut this down, of course, because this is going to be kind of the main backdrop of my card, and I'm cutting this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And that's typically, well, not always, but that's, well, yeah, typically. That's when I have a background piece of pattern paper. That's kind of where I kind of start with my card. And then I'm making an A2 size card base. This is, again, 65 pound weight, Recollections white cardstock. And I'm making a top folding note card that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's going to be the background piece. So I got that all set up. I do have 2 strips of cardstock that are also cut out here. You'll see them. I'm picking them up now while I check this out. This is from the pattern paper collection. Those pages that have like strips of different patterns or things that match, and so they're just strips. I use them like I would use vellum or anything else. Now I do want another piece of cardstock to go over top of this pattern paper, so my main image the focal point can be layered on that. And I started out with this one, and I was like, it's not showing much of the pattern paper. I didn't like it as much, so I ended up cutting this down to 3 1/2 by 4 3/4, and that is just so I could see a little bit more of that pattern paper. I just like that look so much better. Okay, just getting that kind of cut down where I want it to be. And then I'm going to start kind of putting things together, making sure it all lines up. See, that shows so much more of that pattern paper than what I started out with. Now, I was looking at these 2 strips, and I thought I was going to butt them up against each other, but then I realized my sentiment was going to cover most of that up, so there really was no need to do that. Now, out of that Spellbinders Card Club kit, there are some daisy dies. This is the April 2021 kit, and that is my main focal point. And I had cut them out earlier. I knew I was going to use some of those daisies. And I'm going to add just a little smidge of color. So I'm going to take and I forgot to film this, so excuse me, and I apologize for that. The centers, I'm just going to use a sponge dauber and just add just a circle of pink in the middle of these. And then the stems, yes, they have stems. I love that about Spellbinders. They do a great job with their dies. I got a couple of greens, and I didn't even get ink out to do any of this. There was enough ink on the sponge daubers to do this. I really didn't have to do much to them. But the stems, I think a couple of them have twisted citron, and then the other one's probably cracked pistachio. And I kind of regret not making them all the same green, but I wasn't too worried about it. Now I'm going to use a little bit of foam, some Jot foam from Dollar Tree. The thin, that's my favorite. I love the thinner. And just kind of put a little bit on both of these layers for the sentiment. And I used on this, I want to think I did Have a Lovely Day. When I look at the final card, I'll have to make sure. I can't remember. From this same stamp and die set from Spellbinders. I thought that was really cute. Yeah, Have a Lovely Day. So I'm going to put that right there in the bottom right hand corner, and then I'm going to use my Elmer's crap on again, and I'm just going to put a little beads of glue and get everything kind of put down. I think, oh, I did. I took one of the daisy flowers, or did I do more of them? I may have done all of them. Just put a little bit, just for a little bit of dimension. I love this foam. It is, because it's thin, it's not as thick as some of the other craft foams that sometimes I look, oh, that's just too much bulk. But yeah, I layered those two, and then I think did I do the third one too? Dang, I did all of them. I forgot that. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I gotta cut that down a little bit. I got too crazy there. And so I'm just gonna kind of put these together, and then I'm going to glue down the stems. I guess I could have cut something that thin to make it pop up, but that would have been tough. And I'm just using a little bead of glue. That's all it needs, of the Elmer's Craft Bond. And I'm using my tweezers to place it just so I can make sure I get it in the right place. And also using the liquid glue gives you a little bit of wiggle time. Make sure you got it all in the right place where you want it to be. Again, this is for February's design team member project, I should say, for myself, for Crafty Hazelnut's Pattern Paper Challenge. That is done. We do this every month, and if you're interested in joining and seeing what that's all about, it's just basically coming up with a card and making sure that you're using some of your pattern paper. If you're like me, you have a lot of it. So this keeps me working through all my pattern paper, and I really enjoy it. I'll put a link below so you'll know where to find her. And this, I'm getting ready to show you the final card. I did come back and add some blue gemstones because I just thought it added a little bit so you can see them here. And I thought that just gave it the perfect touch. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you'll come back and see my channel. Leave me a comment below. Again, give me a like, subscribe, and I will see you next time, guys.